Man, it scares me how done I am with this Serbian team, bro. I stuck my neck out for these guys for a second World Cup in a row. A lot of European Euro qualification periods as well, 2016, 2020. They always disappoint. Serbia, they qualify for the World Cup more often than not. Since the breakup of Yugoslavia, they've made the World Cup now 3 times as an independent nation, once as Serbia and Montenegro, that was back in 2006. They've only missed one World Cup since 2006, which was 2014. They just can't get past the group stages, and they usually qualify directly. They don't even need the playoffs. They always win their UEFA qualifying group. Why am I focusing on that instead of details of this match? Just because with this result, yes, it was an exciting game. Yes, Serbia came back and took a 2-1 lead. Yes, there were moments of brilliance in this game and throughout their World Cup group, but they finished last in a group with Cameroon in it. Shout out to Cameroon. I'm going to give them a lot of praise in my last group stage video later tonight. But come on. How do you finish last? You lose to Brazil again, which, okay, it's Brazil, but then you lose to Switzerland again in the final day. It's like this. It just feels like it's the same story over and over and over, the same story. It's like they're stuck. They're just where they were 4 years ago, if not worse, because at least they picked up a win 4 years ago, and they didn't get any win here. They finished with 1 point in this group. It's just so disappointing for a team that is regularly billed as a dark horse heading into World Cups. I did not think they were a dark horse. So there's that at least. I thought that they were a team that would be good enough at least to get out of the group finally and do themselves proud. This was a good opportunity for them against the same 2 teams in the group back in Russia 2018, and they did worse. They did even worse. And yes, to be fair, a lot of Serbia's underachievement in this tournament had to do, I think, with their manager Stojkovic's weird decisions, but also with Mitrovic's, I think, incompetence up front. It's like he's dragging this team in a direction where he would rather go instead of where the young players that are coming up. And it was really disappointing. I think it was a mistake to take out Vlahovic and Tadic. Maybe you can make a case because Vlahovic was not fully fit. But Serbia also, for the most part, not physically built to play such an intense game, I think. Certainly not Vlahovic, but I still question whether or not it was wise to take him out and to take Tadic out. I will give credit where it's due, though, to Mitrovic and Vlahovic, because when Xherdan Shaqiri gave Switzerland the lead, Switzerland did well enough to fire back right away. And in the span of just 9 minutes, they managed to turn a 0-1 deficit into a 2-1 lead. But it almost feels like, in a weird way, and I feel strange saying this, but it feels like in a weird way, taking the lead back over Switzerland felt like it came a little bit too early in this match, because the Serbia just could not dig deep to hold on to this result. And maybe you can say at the end of the day, it was the quality of Switzerland that pulled through. I mean, Switzerland themselves, they're a very stacked team. They're the quintessential tournament team. Briel Mbolo, just before the stroke of halftime, netting his second goal of this World Cup after his winning strike against Cameroon. Early on in the second half, you thought that maybe heading into the break, okay, 2-2 all square, Serbia has to win this match. Are they going to be heroes? Are they going to flatline? And they just flatline, and Switzerland pounces early on in the second half through Freuler's goal. And you know, that was a sick goal. That was a sick goal. The build-up to that, Shaqiri laying that off for Vargas, and Vargas 1-2 chipping it back for Freuler to just tuck that away. That was a lovely sequence play for Switzerland in that final goal. And they could have scored again just moments later. I think it was Briel Mbolo who skied his effort. But just a few minutes later, Switzerland had the opportunity to make this 4-2 and really put this tie to bed. But they didn't even need to win this match. Only a tie, a draw, would have saw them through. And they got 6 points. And there was a moment where, towards the end of the match, Switzerland were in a position to potentially overtake Brazil in the group if they just scored one more against Serbia. And that miss they had, just after the hour mark to make it 4-2, they might rue that, because based on the result in the Cameroon game versus Brazil, Switzerland, despite losing, they would have finished top of this group on, I believe, goals scored. That's incredible. Switzerland not only came in this match and had their quality shine in the end, they almost actually stole first in this group and threw off the entire World Cup knockout stage bracket. Serbia, just disappointing again, man. Just very disappointing. And you have a team that just is unable to thrive in tournaments versus a team in Switzerland now who has made, I believe, 4 of the last 5 World Cup round of 16s. A tournament team that's a team that struggles in tournaments versus a very much so tournament type of team. And it showed yet again